Now for the latest, let's cross live to our correspondent, Tim Vickery. He's standing by for us. Tim, great to have you with us. This is a rather intricate case, isn't it? Can you break it down for us?
I can try. This is part of the fallout from that commission of inquiry into the government's handling of the pandemic. It's become very evident that the government was very, very late and perhaps even reluctant at first to buy vaccines, and very protracted negotiations with a number of vaccine suppliers. In that context, the negotiation with the Indian vaccine, Covaxin, is a striking exception. It's a vaccine that was more expensive than the others, and at the time of the negotiation, in February, March of this year, it was still in the test stage. Despite that, there was a lot of political pressure being put on members of the health ministry to sign the contract and do that deal. This was brought to the attention of President Bolsonaro, irregularities in the contract, including 100% upfront payment, not to the company producing the vaccine in India, but to a Brazilian intermediary. President Bolsonaro on March the 20th is alleged to have said that he understood that this was a corrupt scheme being organized by a certain politician, and that he would take this up with the federal police. As far as we know, he did nothing. Now, this leaves him open to charges of obstruction of justice and also of maladministration.
Tim, you just mentioned this leaves Bolsonaro open to charges. This is where it gets a little bit more intricate, I suppose. Could this lead to impeachment for him in any way?
It's a possibility, but impeachment is much, much more a political process than a legal one. And it all depends on how much support the president has in Brazil's Congress, the two houses of Brazil's Congress. 5 years ago, a former president, Dilma Rousseff, found out that if you lose support in Congress, you can be impeached on an accounting technicality. In the case of Bolsonaro, at the moment, he would seem to have sufficient support inside Congress to be protected against impeachment. That could change as further revelations come out. But maybe the more relevant thing here is the court of public opinion. Bolsonaro was very much elected on an anti-corruption ticket, and he spent 2.5 years saying there is no evidence of any corruption in my government. That line has now changed. Over the last week or so, he's been saying, well, it's impossible for me to know what's happening in all of my ministries. So that anti-corruption line from Bolsonaro has certainly been weakened. And you would imagine that he will pay a political price for that.
Thank you so much, Tim Vickery, with that update for us on that scandal concerning Jair Bolsonaro.